welcome to our new series, Blacktop 5. I'll be your host, Blacktop Krazy, and in this series, we'll be getting to know our members and the greatest supporters more on a more intimate level. In this series, I plan on asking our members the simple questions like, what are your favorite food? What are your favorite colors? And we get some more challenging, more weird questions, such as, what would be your least favorite or worst ways to die? Now, with that being said, we hope you guys will join us on this journey to get to know all of our members and just who really is Blacktop Gaming. And thank you everyone for all the support. Now, let's get to the first episode. Enjoy. What up, everybody? Welcome to the first installment of Blacktop 5. And we figured off what a better way to start off than the CEO of Blacktop Gaming, Blacktop Grizz. What up? Boss Capitan, how are you, good sir?
I am well, my friend. Thanks for having me. Excited to get this new series kicked off. Can't wait to see what you got in store coming down the pipe.
Hey, thanks, man. Thanks again for being here. We're a little nervous but excited for the first installment. Got some hopefully fun things to come. Today, for the first one, we're going to start off with top 5 sitcoms. Now, this I feel like could be a really tough one, bro. There's a lot of great TV shows throughout the years, my man. What you got for me? Give me number 5.
All right. For my top five, coming in at number five, it took a lot of thought. This is always the hardest one. People would think that number one would be the hardest one, but number one's usually the easy one because that's your favorite. But number five, it's like, I don't want to leave certain things out, so you really got to narrow it down. So coming in at number five for me is a good old black family classic, Good Times.
Good times. Ah. Do we go? You said Black Family Classic. That's funny. So you go down the what stereotypical route? I guess they say. Huh? No,
Yes, I mean, if that's what you want to call
I
it,
don't want.
absolutely.
I
But
don't want.
it is. I mean, it's just one of those things that coming up, it was always on. It was one of the first TV shows that was comedic, but also had a serious message to go along with it. So, I mean, just coming up, it was one of those staples, you know. So I gotta put it in my top five. Not to mention JJ Dynamite. I mean, it's one of the most classic lines in TV history. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with Good Times. How about you? What you thinking?
I say I definitely can't argue with the good times. Unfortunately, I didn't get to watch much of it. For my number 5, I go with Seinfeld, and it's weird.
Hmm.
We're kind of following the lines of myself here, just because
Right.
it's what I grew up on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What I saw on TV when I was younger, and so it's what I would watch from when I get home and be on TV. And freaking some of the characters, like honestly Kramer, I always considered myself a big goofball, so I always just would
Mm-hmm.
laugh at Kramer and certain.
Cosmo Kramer.
I mean, so I can't say that I watched every episode. Like sitcoms for me,
Mm-hmm.
this is a little bit of a
Agreed.
tougher category for me. But I remember watching a ton of it growing up, and it definitely was my number 5 for me. Had to throw it on the list. I
Yes, I
had to.
love me some Seinfeld.
I mean,
I can't say that I've seen every episode, but I've seen most episodes. So.
Jerry, his style of comedy for me, the subtle was always so funny for me. Just I don't know why. It's just like it's just like not necessarily. People wouldn't think it's funny, but you'd be like, ha! Like, all right. I see you. All right, let's take it on to number 4, bro. What you got?
Coming in at number four for me, again, a tough choice, but you know, when doing these top five lists, you gotta be honest with yourself and you gotta narrow it down. So, this one came down to hours spent, you know, just it's one of those. I feel like for a top five, you have to do shows that if someone brings up an episode, you can go there nearly right away. So coming in at number four for me is another good old classic, The Fresh Prince of Bel Air. I know a lot of people might have it higher on their list, but it's coming in at number four for me.
what I was saying, when you said Fresh Prince, and what I was saying is I feel like that's one of the ones that kind of cross the lines where it's maybe certain people would see it on your list and be like, of
Yeah,
course. That's one of the ones that you'd be hard pressed to see
indeed.
anybody in our age bracket to not be like Fresh Prince.
Exactly. It was
Eh,
definitely more of an era sort of thing,
eh, that
as opposed to cultural.
facts. The
For
clean rapper, bro. The clean rapper.
sure.
You know?
Oh man,
Woo,
Will
woo,
Smith
woo, woo.
before he was smacking, far before he was smacking people on stage.
Yeah, way before. This is way before the Oscars. Chris Rock is all good at this point in time.
Oh God,
Oh man.
yes. Would you decide to go with for your number four?
Four is one that I actually wouldn't have watched if it weren't for you and our other Black Top gaming member, Illini Ryan. And it covers multiple categories for me, so that's why I had to put it on here. Is The League. Like I didn't even know anything about The League until at first,
Mm-hmm.
until like I don't remember which one of you told me about it, but you did, and it's about fantasy football, and it's hilarious. Got it's got smart people, funny people. They take fantasy football super seriously. So you got athletes in there from some of the biggest names: J.J. Watt, Antonio Gates, and
For
then
sure.
the antics, bro. Like you had
Mm-hmm.
Taco and Rafi and some of these people, bro. You just had no idea what they were gonna do. Like it's like, wait, am I watching something about fantasy football or what? What the heck's going on here? What's Rafi doing?
Yes, the league was a tough one for me to keep out of my top five. I think Ben introduced it to the group, but it definitely took off with me. Um, yeah, like you said, just the antics. It was nonstop in that show, and the characters, the character development. Everyone had their own little story, and it was just, man. Like you said, they mixed in just enough sports perfectly to where it wasn't corny or cheesy, but it was just enough to be like, okay, they know their shit. They know what's going on.
Exactly, yeah, exactly. Because they actually brought like stats and like some real like
Yeah.
knowledge in there, along with the comedy. And I don't know, being that we've been in the same fantasy football league for a decade plus now, I think a decade plus now. Bro, I think about like our league too a little bit because one, our group, some crazy antics at the same time, alongside that. If we had a TV show, I feel like it would rival. So I feel like it's super relatable, kind of the league with our like Z5 friend group. You know what I mean? Like our
Yeah.
close friend group.
We're certainly not too far off. That's for sure.
All right, what you got rolling on, my man? Number three. Ah,
Well, number three. Oh
number
man, these
three.
top
It's
fives. These top fives go way too fast for me. Coming in at number three, I got more recent, but really, really hit home with me. Real Husbands of Hollywood.
You got to
Okay.
explain this one to me, honestly, because I have not seen it, and I heard you
Uh,
mention it. And I've heard you mention it plenty of times. So
yes,
the fact that it's
it
on
is.
here is kind of funny to me.
It's a BET show. Kevin Hart. It's his parody of the Real Housewives of whatever those
Wherever they are,
shows,
yeah, wherever the frick they
but
are at the time.
it's a complete spoof. It's got Nelly,
Oh,
Nick
it's a
Cannon,
spoof. I didn't
Brittany
know it was a
Snoop.
spoof.
Yes, it's a complete spoof, and they get on there and they act an absolute fool, an absolute
Oh,
fool.
okay,
Non-stop laughs that show.
okay,
Me and I've been binge watched every season, so for me, Real Husbands just the comedic
okay,
value is very high in that show. So for me, it comes in at number three.
okay. I'm gonna have to.
Would you decide to go with?
I'm gonna have to give that one a try, though. Honestly, I didn't
For
know it was like
sure.
a spoof
When you
show.
yes,
All
yes,
right,
yeah.
okay,
The name throws people off because it's like, wait, what? But yes, when you watch it, you'll get it. It's just antics,
okay, all
just
right.
antics.
I'll have to give that one a try. Well, if you want to talk about antics, my number three is a show of antics.
Oh
Antics,
yeah.
yeah. One of the greatest shows. I didn't find out about it until later in the running, but then watched every episode.
Mm-hmm.
Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Uh,
That
yeah.
show, oh
Uh,
my god, hysterical. just
I mean, yeah.
hysterical. Every episode, you didn't know what the heck was going
It's
on, what was gonna happen next, bro. All the characters, bro, were insane. You got Danny DeVito, old, he was living with
oh
Charlie, and
my
they live in this
god,
rundown
yes,
ass,
yes,
dirty place.
Frank
But
and
yeah,
Charlie.
oh
Oh god,
my,
toe
you're good.
knives and being
Yes.
fake
Oh
and
my.
poop in the bed and
Oh
oh
my.
god, just endless
And
antics.
somehow they're somehow running this bar
Yep,
the
yep,
whole
yep.
time.
Somehow keeping it
Keeping the bar
afloat
afloat somehow.
somehow.
Like,
Oh
oh,
my god,
that
the
show had no
yes.
idea where it was gonna go every episode. So that dude,
Every episode was something different, but the way they always set you up, it's just man,
dude,
it's great. It's
yes,
phenomenal,
oh,
phenomenal
freaking
television,
funny, so freaking funny. So
phenomenal
I may have
television.
found that one late, but it's one of those ones that you're glad you found. Personally, you know.
Definitely, definitely. It's never too late with Always Sunny, and I think they're on like their 14th season,
Jeez,
still
oh
going.
damn! I didn't know. Honestly, I didn't know they were still going. I heard they were thinking
Hmm.
about stopping for a while. All right, bet I'm gonna have to catch back up because that means I'm behind again.
Yeah.
All right, all right. Let's roll on, my man. What do you got for numero dos?
Wow, man, getting down to the
We're getting
top
to the nitty
two,
gritty,
eh?
bro. Number one and
Oh
number
man.
two.
All right, so these are gonna be the TV shows that you can just watch an episode of literally whenever. If it's on, I'm gonna watch it until it goes off. So
Mm-hmm.
coming in at number two for me, another black classic. I feel like you almost gotta have this somewhere on your list if you're black. I'm sorry, that's just how it goes. But coming in at number two for me is, to me, the greatest black sitcom of all time, Martin.
Ah,
Oh my god,
my
man.
aunt.
Uh, just Martin Lawrence in his prime, probably the best comedian on TV for me. In his prime, it was just he was playing multiple characters. He was writing the show. He was on the show, starring in the show. It was the perfect blend of everything. So I mean, that TV show for me is always gonna be one that I've seen every episode, every season, and no matter what, I can always watch an episode. If it's on, I'm gonna watch it. So number two for me, Morton.
Martin, dude. Yeah, and honestly, bro, I think that was literally prime Martin. Martin was always a hilarious actor in his movies, but there was no Martin better than when he was on his own show, just acting a fool.
Hmm.
Just like you said, doing everything.
Real
God.
one to just act an absolute ass.
Oh, man. That's great. Well, you want to talk about acting an ass? My number two. We got a bunch of guys. Again, I feel like this one is highly relatable for us again because a bunch of kids acting an ass. They were kind of out of college slash in college. Workaholics.
Ah, yes. Ah, workaholics. I mean, for our group, this TV
Dude,
show holds a special place in my heart because I mean,
bro.
it's something that we used to watch together every week.
Exactly. We would one
And
of
I
the
mean,
few shows sit down with a group of people, our
yeah.
18-year-olds, 19-year-olds, and watch every
I
week.
mean, at that point in our lives, it was just extremely relatable.
Oh my
Just the
god.
shit they would do, the shit that they would talk about and say, it almost became a part of our lexicon
It
at
did.
that time in our lives. So, Workaholics definitely holds a special place in my heart
Some
as well.
some of those
Would be an
sayings,
honorary
bro.
mention for mine.
Some of those sayings that we will still
Oh,
say to this day. I'm torqued. You're
Your
torqued.
torque,
you
yes.
know. Yeah.
Hey,
Some,
name's Topher. I'm friends with the guys.
friends with the guys now. He
Yes.
said, what's that smell? Magic? No, turkey
Magic.
bacon.
Turkey
Close.
bacon. Good guess though. Oh my god, yes. Welcome to my
Welcome to my
house.
head.
Oh
The
man.
bodybuilding, the wizard rap. He's up
Oh
there.
my god. Wizard
To the
Raps.
wizard
Wizard
rap.
Raps is great. Montez, Jet
The
Set,
wizards
everything.
never die.
Yeah.
Montez, minor
Montez.
character, but every
Yup.
time
Yo, held it
hilarious.
down, dude.
Oh
Held it
my
down.
god. So yeah,
Funny as
per-
fuck.
perfect timing, perfect for us, and that's why it's so high for me. And then here we go, number
Drum
one.
roll.
Yeah.
All right, for me, number one, it's gonna be one that we've already talked about on this list. It's one you can't go wrong with. It's a TV show that I recommend everyone watch. Always Sunny in Philadelphia. It's my favorite
Uh-huh.
TV show of all time. I've seen every episode more than 5 times. Can quote with you. Can go back and forth. Whatever you want to do. So, for me, Always Sunny. Uh, yeah, it's just gonna be number one for me.
Yeah, I was wondering where this one was gonna come up on yours because I knew it was gonna be. I knew it was high, so I hadn't heard it
Hmm.
so far. I wasn't sure it would be number one, but it is.
Yeah,
I
had to do it. I'm interested to see what you cooked up yourself here.
this one for me is. I grew up. I couldn't say grow up, but for a great period of my time when it was when my mom had moved away. So when I was living at TC's, I'd come home and
Ah,
I'd watch
yeah.
this show every day, every day. It was Scrubs, bro. This one hits. This one is a sitcom, but it also I know sitcoms tug a lot of different heartstrings, but this one for me, had so many different like life relatable
For
moments in it
sure.
where it's
It
just
was one of those sitcoms that it was a comedy, but it always had a message to
yeah.
go along.
There was
Yeah.
always like a drama
Mm.
moment or a serious
Yeah.
or like
Yeah.
a something
For
there.
sure.
And so for me, like I would watch every episode as I was like doing homework and I got home, hang out, just kind of
Hmm.
learn
It
life,
was
live.
definitely one of those. In the heyday, it was one of those you put it on when you're doing something, but then it would catch you. It would
Mm-hmm.
catch you.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
You'd hear something, you
Hmm.
look up, and then you'd be stuck.
Yeah.
Just,
Exactly. Dr. Cox. Oh
dude.
my gosh.
Yeah, the French,
Perry Cox.
Perry Cox is ridiculous. The friendship between JD and Turk. There's just a
Yes.
lot of really cool things and fun things you could learn in there, but they always still managed to make it funny. Like there was always
Agreed. They
still some
kept it
like
funny.
some funny spots and some
Yes,
uplifting
because
moments and shit.
JD was an absolute fool. Yes.
Yeah.
Zach Braff did well in that one.
He
I'll
did.
give it to
He
him.
did.
I'll give it
I
to
feel like he
him.
did too well because you haven't seen him much since, man. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? He just like they're like, we can't, can't use you anywhere else, bro.
You're not gonna play JD? All
But shit.
right.
All right. Well, shit, man. Thank you so much for popping in
Thanks
and
for
doing the first
having
episode,
me.
man. I'm sure you.
Anytime,
I'm
anytime.
hoping to have you on plenty of times, many more times down the road here. So keep your
Oh
schedule
yes,
sometimes
please
clear here.
tap me in anytime. Top fives are always difficult for me, but I'm down to start narrowing it down. Hold me to it.
I got you exactly. And we can use this. I know you mentioned this earlier. I'm gonna bring it up. We can use this earlier when you say something in the top five. I'm gonna start
Exactly. It's a
consulting these
reference
lists, bro.
point.
I'm gonna
Yep.
start consulting these lists. Hold on, did he have that in his top five? I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna call him out if he didn't have
Holding people to
that.
their word. That's what
Sir.
I love about it. That's
Sir.
what I love about it. Yes, I can't wait for more, man. Great idea.
Thanks, man. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Give us a like and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one. Love y'all.
All right,
Peace.
y'all.